step 11. The 11th month. Wow, finish up tonight. Sought through prayer and meditation to improve our conscious contact with God as we understood Him. Praying only for knowledge of His will for us and the power to carry that out. And all of us who knew and loved Brady and were close to him knew that step 11 was a big part of his life, and that he sought to be closer to God and to improve his conscious contact with God as we understood Him. Jesus says in verse 13 of John 4, Jesus answered them and said to her, "Whoever drinks of this water will thirst again. But whoever drinks of the water that I shall give him shall never thirst." Brady will never thirst again. We will thirst. The more we thirst after God, the less we thirst after the things of the world and the priorities that we used to have. But the truth is that not until we step into the presence of God, the fullness of God's perfect, unconditional love, will be able to say that we will never thirst again. And I know this. I believe with all my heart that as Brady stepped into the presence of God's love, the fullness of God's love, and the embrace of our Creator, that he heard those words, "Well done, thou good and faithful servant." Because Brady was a servant. He had a servant's heart. He thirsted to be kind and to love people, even as God loved him. Jesus said, "The water that I shall give him will become in him a fountain of water springing up into everlasting life." Does that sound like Brady? That sounds like Brady. I'm just going to move over here a little bit, and I'm going to open the mic up for those that might like to come and share. I'm going to start us off tonight with Pastor Michael. They go, Brady and Michael go way back. I'm going to invite Michael to come and share. And then please be ready to come on up after Michael.
Was of course as shocked as all of you would disbelieve. I sat with him on last Sunday morning. And I said, I looked up here, I was getting ready, and I looked up there just at the top of the stairs by the railing, and there he was beaming away at me. So what are you doing here on Sunday morning? He said, "I'm taking Dave's pathway." I said, "For you." So we sat over there, we sat in a pew over there, and Jimmy is now. Mary and I stood in front, we chatted about this and that, and Dave came along. We had a great talk. It was a gift from that last time. I'll never forget it. It was his usual self, right? I can believe it. You know, what happened Friday night is unbelievable. I don't know. Someone leaves us that fast and unexpected. You know, they might say medically, they might say his heart failed him, but Brady's heart never failed him. Never failed him. I met Brady in the early 90s here in King Central. His mom had been a member of Wesley Church. It's closed now. Wesley Night Church. And he came, he tried Wesley Church, and he said, "It's not for me." He came here and he never left. It's a long time, 20 years. And I remember when he was going through this heart surgery. I went up there just before they were prepping. And I never saw a man more at peace. A big smile, the same thing. Open my heart up, take something out of there, because I'm down there. Sew me up. I'm bad before I know it. I was going, really? I was more nervous and scared for him than he was. Absolute confidence, faith. Yeah, that's it. That was it. Never waited for that. And of course, it did come through. It came through beautifully. It came through came through so beautifully. And everything, I can't add to anything that's been said here tonight because it's all the truth. We all know him. When you knew Brady, you knew a man of integrity, and you knew if one person said this, everybody would say that about him, and that's what he was. He's a great friend, mentor. I never came away with I was inspired from him. It didn't matter what it was. I remember working the breakfast, standing breakfast with him. So just everywhere, right? Everywhere, getting everybody set up and just taking charge. And even I know when he's Sunday nights, just setting things up for the service, making sure everybody's in place and everything's right. And that's just the way he was. He cared so much. He loved you all. Loved us, loved this church so much. And so we started Advent today, folks. It's our 4 weeks move towards Christmas. We lit our first Advent candle. It's the candle of hope. It says we live in the not yet time. That's what Advent's about. Not yet. Not yet. For us. Not yet. We look for that day when Christ comes for us. And Brady doesn't have the hope anymore, or wait. And his time has come. As we've said, when we said, so we know where he is, and we know he's happy, complete, perfect in every way. And for him, that moment was just an eye blink of transition, an eye blink. And then he was in God's presence. We love him. We love him and we continue to love him. Daniel, we're here for you. Anything we can do, we are here for you. Okay? We do anything for you. We love your dad so much. God bless.
Thank you, Mike. One thing I should say is that Brady's funeral will be here Friday morning at 10 o'clock here in the sanctuary. So.
I'm John. I'm in the band. And Brady was a great supporter of the band. But I remember clearly that it was just this year, only a few months ago, Wayne, and you asked him to preach.
Yeah.
And I think it was just the one time, wasn't it? It was the one time that...
We would have asked him again.
Do you guys remember what he preached on? Anybody remember?
I wasn't here.
Thessalonians. Pray constantly. Give thanks in all you do. Thessalonians. Pray constantly. Give thanks in everything you do. And that was very meaningful for him. That was his favorite Bible passage. One of my favorites, too. So my memories of Brady will always be that Thessalonians. Thank you.
I'm Heather. God, I'm so grateful to have known Brady. Truthfully. And I was sitting there yesterday praying, mourning, feeling sad, for my own reasons, right? Because he's okay. He opened his eyes in heaven. And I'm sure it looked like God in this room for him. Truly. I was praying and I said, God, why him? Right? And I laid down and had a nap and I had the weirdest dream. And it was a conversation where I was told, you can only get to be so cool on Earth. And then God's just going to be like, no, sorry, gotta go. And I'll just share my last moment with Brady. I was sitting over there. I do the evening prayer service, and he came and sat with me. He always sat too close. He sat right there. That's cool. But I would tell him cheesy jokes. And the last cheesy joke I told him for him to roll his eyes at me was, how do you make a Kleenex dance? You blow like a balloon. He rolled his eyes and walked away and said, right there. And, I'm so
years, came up to me when he broke down in the room and I went out and I talked to him. And he told me that that was temperamental to him, that helped him. I have no idea. I just know I'm emotional about it too. And, and it's kind of interesting, my got smell of coffee, I'm coming back. I was rolling the dice again, but I didn't grab out this time, thank God. And, so anybody's coming to know, hey, what did I do I didn't do nothing wrong. I successfully figured out a lot of things that won't work. And I know what to do. I can talk, but I have a hard time walking. I didn't clean house. I didn't do the steps. So I never accepted myself. I still blame. Never accepted responsibility. And I still live on the angry side of town. You can waste your life if you want to, but I wish I would have wasted the last 23 years. And I have the world under me on a silver platter in the last 23 years, and I wasted it, threw it all away every time. And I'm sure that it's just a shock that I come in and found out about Brady. Anyway, that was an excellent man. I wish I could be happy than that was. Thank you.
Baby friends, my name's Lenore, I'm an alcoholic. Tonight we remember Brady. This afternoon I took time to reflect my memories of Brady. I remember about 9 years ago, it was at Daily Reflections. We were sitting beside each other. And Brady said, "Hi, my name's Brady," and I introduced myself. Little did we know, both of us, where our friendship would lead us 9 years later. Brady had a big heart, a real big heart. This one time I remember, when it was so cold, and we were leaving this service here, and he asked if I wanted to ride home. At that time, I was at the mustard seed, and I said, "Oh no, I really need you to get some groceries. I'm Safeway." And he said, "Okay, let's go get groceries, and I'll take you home to your place after." We talked about recovery that night, and he asked me how I was doing with it. And I said, "So far, so good. Not all good days." He laughed, and I didn't think that was funny. Little did we know that we'd be involved with the Sunday night recovery service together. Brady and I, before his service here, made sure that everything was in order for the service to start. He and Juan and I, and others, welcomed and greeted people to come in to attend the service. We had done this together for about 5 years, and tonight I did it without him. He trained me to be a trusted servant. Brady was just in the process of helping me to buy a home. Brady had a big heart for the service and volunteered in this church always. And he always checked up on me to see how I was doing in my journey of recovery. It was just a couple of weeks ago, we talked of how important it was to try to do a meeting once a day. Brady and I had a good time, along with other friends, one year at the Banff Roundup. Brady always had a light in his eyes. 2 weeks ago, Brady and I did our last service together. And I just saw him last Sunday afternoon, not knowing that would be the last time. Brady was the top leader of trusted servants here at Central. And now someone else has to fill his shoes. He spoke about his daughter to me not too long ago and was very proud of her. he even missed some church because of golf frontier. Brady loved to talk with people. His example of friendliness of all kinds was no barrier to him. He loved people, he loved meetings, and he loved to watch people in the rooms of Alcoholics Anonymous. I didn't know whether to sing tonight for him or to share in word, so I decided to share in word instead. But today we have lost a very good friend. I've lost a very close friend. But heaven has gained, and I know Brady is in the best place now. And most likely looking down at us here tonight and probably laughing. Life is too short, for one day we will all walk from this side to the other, as Brady has done on Friday evening. One day God will call us home to a place of real joy, peace, and happiness. Brady, I'll miss you. You were a dear friend who could talk and speak recovery to me all the time. That was your life and that was your journey. And because of your life, I have grown and recovered and learned how to be a friend to so many.
I'm going to do my best not to cry. Brady, how my father gets sober, when I was almost dead. And they'll be honestly, at first he didn't tell me like daughter. But he's crazy. If I could just have the recovery, he's a couple of stories ago, when I had some serious happening in my life. He was the one guy I could talk to, right? I lived across the meeting, which is the street from the meeting he would always be at, right? And he was funny. Even if I went early, he'd still be there. And years ago, I remember I was out here for Ontario, and he ended up getting a car from my father, and we went to pick up the car, and he's been, every time I saw him, he's so bright, eh? He's just so bright. I'm so sorry. I was talking to Spassi the other night, and apparently God made me more, because I think, like what somebody said, you can't reach any cooler. You can't. I just love the guy so much. For me, it's hard to trust people. And, I never really was holding anything back when we came to talk with this guy, That's in me. On top of that, I was just saying, I've done some type of person time. I think 95% of people wouldn't cry, And I remember crying just because I have so much gratitude for this medium in the first place. I just thank God.
My name's Wes and I'm Alec. One of the first memories I have of Brady, oddly enough, was on my first birthday here on my birthday night here at the church. I had met Brady a few times at the church and seen him at neighbor games, but when I got up for my 1 year, he said, well, I expected him to ask my name, and he said, congratulations, Wes, on your 1 year. And it just amazed me. He always, the number of people's names he remembered always amazed me. And when I asked him about it, he said that it's just, oh, it's a salesman thing, put off as nothing, but I know that, he cared, and he knew that it mattered to people, and he made that effort to get to know everyone and to remember people's names, and he really, made that extra effort. Over the next couple of years, Brady ended up becoming a good friend and a sponsor and a realtor. Oddly enough, everything, he carried his spirituality into everything, in all aspects of his life. It wasn't just, some parts, what he believed in, and his faith and his love for God and for sobriety, for his program. He carried into everything. It was really frustrating having him as a realtor because of it. Because at the time he was my sponsor as well, and the house was sitting on the market, and he kept telling me to have faith. And I'm like, go out and do something, open up the house, hand out some flyers, come on. Many acres right from the house, so the price they were looking for. But, it was have faith, and he really did, and in all parts of his life, have faith. So, I guess you're right, Brady. Brad mentioned earlier about how Brady was, big thing was to phone a sponsor. Well, the advice that he shared with me was not just to phone a sponsor, but he said that anytime someone pops into my head, I phone them. That way I don't have to, rattling around my head or regrets or thinking about it. And I hadn't talked to Brady in a while. Wednesday night I had dinner with a friend, and Brady came up, and in my head I thought, I should give him a call. And then on Thursday, I was talking with Brad, and funny enough, we mentioned Brady, and once again, it was, I should catch up with him, give him a call, and then Friday he passed away. So I'm going to pass that advice on to everyone. Brady, and I regret I didn't take your advice and talk to you one last time. I love you, brother. Thank you for everything, and God bless you.
So I came here tonight to pay my respects to Brady, the family, and stuff behind. I know that I only learned about his passing yesterday. As I celebrate my friend Irene's 26th birthday. And I'm known as the acronym Queen. So anyone that doesn't understand that, it's a little rundown. My first acronym was given to me in 1993. Good early direction, gathering of drunks and give up drugs. And I got go on Dina and go on Dia. There's other acronyms in that program like keep it simple, stupid. And I argued with that. I thought that was verbal abuse. And I said, keep it simple, sweetie. I just have to share for the family members that are here. The acronym for family is father and mother, I love you. And then there was the home. And Brady helped me with that one, which is having one means everything. I had
little addition to my acronym, and it's kind of weird. I was in Sunrise not long ago, and I acronize people. Acronize is not even a word. So, what I saw tonight, and throughout my personal relationship with Brady, and what was shared tonight confirmed everything, which was bless, recovery, and dedicate yourself.
I'm Stephen, I'm alcoholic. Good to see you. Prayers with your family. When I got the news yesterday, my knees buckled when a friend texted me about Brady. I just had lunch with him a few weeks ago. I met Brady just exactly almost 12 years ago with Daily Reflections. There's a lot of people here from Daily Reflections, the Old Maritime Union Association. He held my butt here shortly thereafter to this service, probably within a few months of meeting him. And he's been a friend ever since. And I love that man dearly, just because of everything he's taught me. And we joke about his golf game, but he taught me how to be, how to play the game of golf the correct way. And he taught me how to cry back then at Daily Reflections. And because we all know he loved to cry, but what he taught me is someone that didn't know how to cry. He taught me that it was okay. And I learned so much from that man back then, and I've cherished those moments ever since. And 7 years ago, he was MC for